Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Chauvinistic Travelers. In this video we will show you our visit around the Cathedral Square of Pisa, Italy. We are now traveling to Pisa from Roma Termini Station, Rome via Florence, Italy. We had a transfer in Florence, also known as Firenze Santa Maria Novella. As you can see, we are enjoying our journey in train to Pisa. We have just now reached the Pisa Central Station and walking towards the bus stop to get into a bus towards Lambrosa. The bus stop is conveniently located at a few minutes walk from the station. Lambrosa is the stop where we have to get down from the bus to visit the Leaning Tower, Piazza del Duomo, Cathedral di Pisa, Battistero di San Giovanni.
We are now walking towards the Pisa's Cathedral Square.
Pisa is a city in the Toscana region in central Italy. Situated 50 miles west of Florence on the alluvial plain of the Arno River, the city is roughly 6 miles from the Ligurian Sea. Until the 15th century, Pisa was located near the sea. However, by then, the city was totally isolated from the vanishing shoreline due to silt accumulation caused by the Arno River.
This is the Pisa's Cathedral Square, and just in front of us on our left you can see the Leaning Tower, the Cathedral di Pisa and Battistero di San Giovanni. Prior to becoming a Roman naval station, the Ligurians may have inhabited ancient Pisa. Soon after 180 BCE, it was turned into a Roman colony, and by 313 CE, it was a Christian bishopric. Having survived the fall of the Roman Empire, Pisa continues to be the urban center of Tuscany. Using its sea power and the products and markets of its fertile Tuscan hinterland, the city revived in the 11th century to become a flourishing commercial hub.
In the 13th century, Pisa, a Ghibelline city, enjoyed the support of the German emperors in its long conflicts with Genoa at sea and with its Tuscan rivals Lucca and Florence on land. These struggles culminated in Pisa's defeat by the Genoese fleet at the decisive Battle of Meloria in 1284. Despite this setback, Pisa continued to be Tuscany's principal port and developed into a thriving hub for the production of wool in the late 13th century. A line of eminent sculptors including Guglielmo Pisano, Nicola Pisano, Giovanni Pisano, Bonanno Pisano ornamented the cathedral and baptistry in Pisa. Factional conflicts within the Florentines contributed to the occupation of Pisa in 1406. Up until the 15th century, the city had a steady flow of goods until silting made it nearly impossible for the laden galleys to travel up the Arno River. Pisa briefly regained its freedom after French soldiers invaded Italy in 1494. The city saw numerous battles and sieges until Florence took it again in 1509. After that, it deteriorated into a small Tuscan town. Following the middle of the 18th century, Pisa saw a resurgence in population as light industries were established. The surrounding marshlands were reclaimed and malaria was eradicated. When intense fighting occurred in 1944 along the Germans' Gothic line of defences, Pisa was severely damaged. The numerous churches that were destroyed or severely damaged during the period have since been restored, but the region south of the river, which endured extensive damage, retains some of its lackluster features. Today, Pisa is a peaceful university town in the province known for its priceless works of art and architecture.
Now you can see in front of us the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the campanile. Towards the left is the Pisa Cathedral and the Pisa Baptistry.
Leaning Tower of Pisa is the campanile or freestanding bell tower of Pisa Cathedral. It is known for its nearly 4-degree lean, the result of an unstable foundation. The tower is one of 3 structures in the Pisa's cathedral square, that is Piazza del Duomo, which includes the cathedral and Pisa Baptistry. The tower's low side measures 55.86 meters above the ground, while the high side measures 56.67 meters. At the base, the walls are 2.44 meters wide. An estimate of 14,500 tons or 16,000 short tons is its weight. There are 296 or 294 steps in the tower. The north-facing staircase on the 7th floor has 2 fewer steps. The most accredited architects of this first phase of work are Bonanno Pisano and Girardo din Girardo. The second phase of construction started in 1275 and the work is attributed to Giovanni di Simone. Tommaso Pisano was the architect who finished the work in between 1350 to 1372. The unsteady foundation of the Leaning Tower of Pisa is the reason for its tilt. The base of the tower is just 3 meters deep and it was erected on soft ground that was unable to hold its weight. When the tower was being built in the 12th century, it started to tilt and got worse until the 14th century. The foundation of the tower is composed of sand, clay, and shells.
Opera della Primazia Pisana is the institution created to supervise the construction of the monuments of the Piazza del Duomo. Here you can get the tickets for the Leaning Tower of Pisa and the other parts of the cathedral complex. However, the admission to the cathedral is free. Pisa has extremely wet soil and the foundation of the Leaning Tower doesn't reach the bedrock. Additionally, the tower foundation is tilted because one side of it sits on a slightly harder base than the other. After construction was completed, the Leaning Tower leaned an additional 0.05 inches year on average. The Leaning Tower's inclination was 5.5 degrees in 1990. Between 1990 and 2001, corrective efforts brought the slant down to somewhat less than 4 degrees.
Much of the city's 6.5-mile wall circuit is still intact. The most notable feature of Pisa is the spectacular collection of buildings in the northwest corner of the medieval walled city, known as the Square of Miracles or Piazza del Duomo. The Duomo, the Cathedral, the Baptistery, the Campanile or Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the Camposanto or the Cemetery are all located on this piazza. Square of Miracles was proclaimed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1987. The oldest of the three buildings at Piazza di Miracoli, Pisa, Italy, is the medieval Roman Catholic cathedral dedicated to the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. A prominent example of Romanesque architecture, namely Pisan Romanesque, is the cathedral. It was dedicated in 1118 and serves as the Pisan Archbishop's residence. The building project started in 1063 and was finished in 1092. 12th century additions and a new front were constructed, and in 1595 the roof was rebuilt following fire damage. It was constructed by the architect Buscetto. Camposanto. The medieval Camposanto, also called Camposanto Monumental, is on the northern side of the cathedral square. The name Camposanto roughly translates to Holy Field, since it is believed to have been built around a shipload of holy dirt from Golgotha that Ubaldo Lanfranchi, the Archbishop of Pisa in the 12th century, brought back to Pisa from the Third Crusade. It is believed bodies buried there, so the tradition goes, will decompose in 24 hours. The historic baptistery of the Santa Reparata Church, which originally stood where the cathedral currently stands, is covered by the burial ground. It is called monumental to distinguish it from Pisa's later established urban cemetery. The other places to visit in Pisa are Piazza di Cavalieri, Chiesa di Santa Maria della Spina, National Museum of San Matteo, San Piero a Grado, Tutomondo, etc.
This is in front of the Pisa Cathedral. And now we can see in front of us the Pisa Baptistry of St. John.
The Pisa Baptistry of St. John is a Roman Catholic ecclesiastical building in Pisa. After replacing an earlier baptistry, construction began in 1152 and was finished in 1363, making it the second building in the Piazza di Miracoli chronologically. Tiotti Salvi, whose signature and the year 1153 can be read on two pillars within the structure, created the baptistry. At 54.86 meters high and 34.13 meters in circumference, it is the largest baptistry in Italy.
Central octagonal font was created by Guido Bigerelli de Como in 1246. Italo Griselli created the bronze sculpture of Saint John the Baptist that sits in the font's center.
Thanks for watching our video. Hope to see you soon on our next vlog. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel.